Why failure is your greatest teacher, the fear of failure. Let me ask you something. How do you feel about failure? Does the thought of failing make you anxious, embarrassed, or frustrated? If you answered yes, you're not alone. Most of us were taught to avoid failure at all costs, to see it as something negative, a reflection of our abilities or worth. But what if I told you that failure is actually your greatest teacher? Some of the most successful people in the world owe their achievements to their failures. They didn't just survive their failures. They learned from them. They saw failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone. Today, we're going to explore 1. Why failure is necessary for growth. 2. What failure teaches you that success doesn't. 3. How you can embrace failure and use it to fuel your progress. So, let's dive in and rethink failure, because the lessons you learn from falling short might just be the key to your success. Why failure is necessary for growth. Here's the truth. You can't grow without failing. Why? Because growth happens when you're pushed outside your comfort zone. When you try new things, take risks, or pursue ambitious goals, you're bound to stumble. And that's not a bad thing. It's a sign that you're challenging yourself. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall over and over again. But each time they fall, they make tiny adjustments until they finally get it. If they were afraid to fall, they'd never learn to walk. Let's talk about Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine if he had let that failure define him. Instead, he used it as motivation. Jordan once said, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Failure forces you to adapt, learn, and improve. Without it, you'd stay stagnant. But failure teaches you that success doesn't. Here are 3 key lessons that failure provides. 1. Resilience and grit. Failure tests your resilience, your ability to keep going despite setbacks. When you fail and decide to try again, you build grit. This persistence is one of the most important predictors of long-term success. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishers before her manuscript was accepted. If she hadn't developed the resilience to face those rejections, the world might never have known Harry Potter. Every time you fail and bounce back, you're training your mind to be stronger and more determined. 2. Self-reflection and growth. Failure gives you the chance to reflect and ask what went wrong. This process of self-analysis helps you understand your weaknesses, identify areas for improvement, and come up with better strategies. After a setback, ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? What can I do differently next time? This reflection makes you wiser and more prepared for future challenges. 3rd, innovation and creativity. Some of the greatest breakthroughs come from failure. When your initial plan doesn't work, you're forced to think outside the box and come up with new ideas. Did you know that Post-it notes were invented by accident? A scientist at 3M was trying to develop a strong adhesive, but ended up creating one that was too weak. Instead of giving up, he found a creative way to use that failure, and Post-it notes were born. Failure pushes you to innovate, adapt, and discover solutions you might never have considered. How to embrace failure and use it to your advantage. So, how do you start embracing failure instead of fearing it? 3 powerful strategies to help you turn failure into your greatest teacher. 1. Reframe failure as feedback. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, reframe it as feedback. Each failure is giving you valuable information. Example, if you pitch an idea and it's rejected, it's not a failure. It's feedback that helps you improve your idea or your presentation. The next time you fail, ask yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me? This mindset shift helps you grow instead of getting discouraged. 2. Normalize failure through small risks. To get comfortable with failure, practice taking small risks regularly. Try something new where failure is low stakes, like learning a new skill or hobby. The more you experience small failures, the less intimidating they become. Challenge. Try something new this week that you might fail at and see it as a learning experience. 3. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Success is a journey. If you focus only on the end result, failure feels like the end. But if you focus on the process, the learning, the growth, the effort, then failure becomes just one step on the path. Repeat this to yourself. I am not failing, I am learning. This mindset helps you stay motivated and resilient. Failure is the path to success. Failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. The most successful people didn't avoid failure. They learned from it. grew through it, and used it to get better. Remember, failure builds resilience. Failure offers valuable lessons. Failure sparks innovation. So, the next time you face a setback, remind yourself, this is teaching me something I need to learn. I challenge you to take one failure you've experienced recently and write down 3 lessons it taught you. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're using failure to grow. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content on personal growth, success, and mindset. Let's go out there and fail forward together.